Hello everybody, rework the petition. Rework of the petition is an answer of me to know how to condor the machine. Any machine in relation to the subject of Wawa, it is the partisan of law based upon the element of law by the border. In that time when it works out the sing ping, it works out the data core of technology for 1% in the chi time because in that way it works out the corrects. In the corrects of the performance of network 1, it also repeat the messages of the composition because in that time when it works out the Kayla, it works out the door of 11432926. In the array of performance of the network of the computer, it sings a song by the minimum of law based upon the element of law by the border. In that time when it works out the corrects, it perform one in, one in. The taxon of law is a position of law by the borders by the dimension of the episode 324 in 325. Redpon. In Redpon, it is a Tashkana of law based upon the element of law by the position of a timer to sing a song in the better days of life. In a matter of time, when it sings a song into the better days of life, it will rework out the Petrikasanam in relation to the subject. Any subject by the Pisasana, by the Petinanang, by the Petinanang, by the Ranana, by the Tachanana, it works out the corrects of the performance of one. In so, if it works out the correct of the performance of the network of one on time, it also convey itself into the Pandanang, the fifth border, by solution. In a matter of time by solution, it is work Panana of the lawyer to present itself into the Pandanang. The insult of me is the Teshkamananang by the Balagaga and Tananangang and Ununanang. In the matter of time, by the Pachikana of law, it is the dimension of the episode 324 in 123 by the dividends. In that time, when it works at the correct of performance of 1 on time, 3 on time, it is a hellholder of democracy of law based upon the element of law by the border. The conversion of Tractor 325 is a fifth division to complex itself into network 5. In so, if it has anana of law by the messages of law by the composition, it will be way in of the composition. Any composition of the border will trace itself into the element of design for the condor. Machine 5 will give you 1 on 3 because in that way it gives you 1 on time, 1 on 3 and 3 on 5 by the border of dimension. In relation of the border of dimension, it is the wiki performance of one network of 1 on 5 by the tracer and the third element. In so, the third element will configure itself into the Penchkanang. The mind power is one of the most amazing thing in this galaxy because in the nine nananana of the Pashkanam, it will be positioning itself into the door to heaven. The Ambanana, the Atarana, the Cheshana, in the Shantanang is the fifth element of design day 10 by the confusion. In relation to confusion, it traces itself into the Pishana of law and the Minanang. In the 9 realm of the settlement of the trace of 4325, 4325 is a typisan of law by the border. In so, if there is a border by the dimension, it also array itself into the performance of one network, the confusion. In relation to the confusion, it traces itself into 1 on 3, 1 on 3, division 6, compliance network 1. In that way, it gives you one round by the pollution. Any door holder by the democracy of law is implementation by the tracer of 324. In that time, the tracer of 324 will work out the corrects of performance of 1 on time by the fifth border. The dimension is 3 on time, 6 on time, and 5 on time by the fifth border by the dividends. In the dividends of the tracer, it will work out the Tarnana. So, perhaps in a matter of time when you relax after the concentration camp, Hitler, after the concentration, you preview yourself into the dividends of the element of the design for the tracer of 324. In that time when it works out the corrects of performance, it works out the last track of 324. In the time of machine, it also works out the mindless power of the democracy of law by the implementation. The implementation is worky in 1 on time, 3 on time, and 5 on time by the fifth border. The third one is the tracer of 321. The dividends is a Teshkanang of law based upon the element of law by the border by the third dimension. In a way of knowing how to cook on the bare days of life, it will trace the docking of alignment, because in the sun of the time it will retrace itself into the element of design for previewing itself into the last tracer. The last tracer is the democracy of law by the implementation by Piki Piki, and in the matter of time it works out the corrects of performance 1.